Gosh, I guess it dates back to my upbringing. I was born into a family of artists. My grandfather was a master craftsman, a carpenter, a sculptor, a painter. You know, he could do anything. If it was written in a book on how to do it, he could do it with his hands. He was a craftsman. So there was that guy who was like a god to me. And then there was my father who emulated what he would do. And my dad carved ducks and stuff and painted things and built things around the house and everything. So I just grew up in that environment, so I always thought, well, I'll do something creative and something fun, cool like that. So when I got to that age of graduating high school, I decided I wanted to pursue a career in design, and so I went to the Art Institute in Dallas. So I did their program there and got spit out into the world, and I've been doing graphic design ever since. So that started in '95. So I've been doing graphic design since 1995. And vehicle wraps in particular, I've been doing those since 2006. I'm from Garland, Texas. I'm from right here. Well, there's some aspects of it that are similar, but the fun thing about this is you really get to use all your tricks that you've learned. It's kind of like, I compare it a lot to being like a tattoo artist. Someone comes in through the door, you don't know what they want. They may want a flame job, or they may want a commercial piece of design. So you never know. You just have to be able to flip with whatever somebody wants and work with them until they're happy. And it really uses all your juices. So it's enjoyable in that way.
That's cool.
I've had jobs before where, you know, you're working for a magazine or whatever, and you're making advertisements, and they may be color, they may be black and white, but it gets pretty boring, you know. But this never really does. Well, I kind of stumbled into it. I was wandering the streets of Deep Ellum one day, and I was needing work at the time. This is post 9/11, and so the landscape for job hunting was really thin. I couldn't find anything to save my life, and I took a lot of odd jobs at the time. I was walking, and I came across a shop that grabbed my attention. I saw a sign that said skins wraps, and it said some things that they did, and some of the bullet points up there were things that I knew how to do, and so I left them a card. But when I walked in, they had this Dodge Prowler, and it had the craziest paint job I've ever seen in my life. And I really studied it, and I couldn't really pinpoint what was so weird about this paint job. But I left them my business card. The paint job was very detailed, and it seemed digital to me, and it had 3D designed elements, but it was clear coated, so it was very shiny. And I'm just like, what is this? Left them a business card. I got a call a couple days later to do a motorcycle design. So I made a comp, worked with them, and it wasn't the greatest experience from the get-go, and I never wanted to work with them ever again. And 9 years later, you know, I had worked and built up quite a reputation with them, and I've bounced around from a couple of different shops, but I tend to stay at one place for quite a while. But wherever I go, people follow me, you know. So I'm kind of like a hairdresser that's popular, you know. Well, for sure, we're excited and honored, you know, to have somebody of that stature to come in and trust us to do a project like this. And I kind of think back to me being in middle school, walking around with Michael Jordan and my Trapper Keeper, you know. I would have never thought, you know. But that's the thing about getting older, you know, things come full circle. So here I am, I'm having that moment where, wow, the Jordan brand is now knocking on my door for something that's really cool. And it's a real honor to do something for Luka. We've done a couple of projects for him in the past, but I've never met him, but I sure am excited that he's playing for us, you know, and we're not having to play against him. Well, you know, it's a funny thing you mentioned that, because I've always, and I've had in the back of my mind, I've wanted to do a project just like this because I'm from the 80s, you know, I was in middle school in '86, so I wanted to take some Jordan 3s and put them on a Honda XB for the longest time and put the elephant skin on the bumpers and everything. So I knew exactly what they were trying to do, and I'm a seasoned vet at this stuff. So I saw what they were trying to do. I got their art. Of course, their art was little, so I take the stuff and make it as big as a house, you know, and see what's falling apart, what's not, and I'll go in and add my tricks. So I added some textures and things to make it look more like fabric and just kind of hold it together so it wouldn't get too pixelated. I noticed that the colors weren't quite like the shoe that I had, so I got permission to tweak on those colors a little bit to hone it in. And I just did some little subtle tweaks just to make it flow with the actual car, because whenever you're working on the actual car, things tend to change from just the flat mock-up state. So I think me and the designer, I just took his vision and I just enhanced it a little bit, you know. I didn't really run with my own process or anything, but I used a lot of my skills and tricks to enhance it. Well, God, well, you know how it is making something. You're potentially destroying it the whole time you're making it. So I like it when I finally hit that point where I understand what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, kind of the method behind my approach. You know, once I figure that out, it's fun for me, and I can, you know, you can start putting those little bells and whistles in there to make it even better, you know. But yeah, it's just trying to figure out your technique, because everything calls for a different one, you know. So in this one, it was the main hurdle for this one was the quality of the most colorful piece of art on this. It was pretty low resolution, and it wasn't. You would think coming from Jordan, it would have come in, you know, ready to go, you know. But apparently, I don't know if I got the wrong file or what, but but I had to play with it some. But that's what I'm good at, so it was perfectly fine. No one had to worry. We're going to handle it. So yeah, it's fun. It's nice to know, you know, that we can handle things like that. They were very supportive. They were excited, and because I was very relieved because I didn't know how this was going to go. You know, like the Jordan brand guys could be like, "What did you do?" You know, you know, we want it this way, and I'm so glad it wasn't like that. That they were really on board with it, and I guess they understood, as they were also creative too. So we're under a big time crunch to get it done. It was a fast project. We got it, we took it in, we had to make it, you know. So they did not stand in the way of that process at all. And so they were very supportive and helpful in that aspect. Well, we have so much history here. And like I mentioned Deep Ellum before, I've been a part of the art community there and Kettle Art, and done several mural projects in the area. Man, we just have so much cool stuff in Dallas, you know. We've always had the best teams. We've had the Dallas Cowboys, we've had the Mavericks, we've got the Dallas Stars. I mean, we've got so much to be proud of here. We had the Von Erichs, you know. So, I mean, we have a whole lot to be proud of. The State Fair, I mean, I liked Big Tex, you know, like as a kid growing up, just looking at that thing. And my grandfather worked in that area too when he was doing his craftsmanship. And so all that Art Deco statues and stuff, I've always studied that stuff on the fairgrounds. And I mean, the ball tower, you know, Reunion Tower, that's a landmark that we'll have forever, you know. There's a lot of stuff that captures a young kid's imagination in the big city. I mean, just looking up out there, it doesn't seem real, you know. The buildings tend to kind of lean in and kind of make you lightheaded, you know. Like, are these real? See, I got to live at the south side on Lamar for a few years, and we lived at the top on the 9th floor, and we had a view of that skyline, and man, I felt like I was living in New York, you know, like, yeah, it was gorgeous. It was really sweet too, like at a certain time of year, I guess spring, there would be this migration of birds flying across the Trinity. And I'm talking miles and miles of these white birds that just nonstop. And it was like, wow, I'm seeing like something in the city that I shouldn't be, you know. I'm witnessing nature in a really cool National Geographic kind of way. And at the same time, from that same window, I saw acetylene tanks blowing up and shooting through the sky and landing on the highway. That was a crazy day. Yeah, so yeah, there's the excitement of that kind of stuff and just beautiful nature stuff. We have it all. Well, basically what we're looking at here is Luka's car with the Luka Jordan 3 colorway on it. And he really, I've done some research on his shoes. He's got some really wild styles. So he's got I'm sure there'll be several different versions of this shoe that come out, but that's the big background that I had to play with. I always start on the driver's side. We have the hood, we have the roof, We have the trunk lid and the back of the car, and then we have the passenger side up here. But basically, I make everything big enough so I can blanket each surface. So this particular driver's side, I made a fender, I blanketed the fender with a piece, and then I cut a big piece for the rest, from the door to about here all the way to the back. I made a big piece. And when I say a big piece, that's a sheet of vinyl that's about 58 inches tall and the length of the car long, and we print it in one piece and then have the guys install it very carefully. But we have his number 77 on here, and it's a really cool little mint color. And one thing that I did that wasn't a part of the original mock-up, and I noticed on the shoe, on the toe of the shoe, the rubber sole is that same mint color. And this car didn't have it. It's got little accents of the mint color. So what I did, since the toe of the shoe had it, I wrapped the front grille area behind the bumper in that same mint color. And I think that was a really nice touch. And it brought that mint color full circle. And I've got another shot, like, here's some of the texture that I added. I do a lot of boat designs and all sorts of different designs on the side where I do different textures. So I kind of knew this would be a handy one to throw in there. But this is the hood that I'm scrolling through. So this is full scale. So that's the size of the jump man on the car. That right there, 100%.
So the cool thing is we have done work for Luka previously on several different jobs, right? And so he was very happy with the service. So, you know, I'm assuming, right, that he referenced us, or his team referenced us, right, to the Jordan brand. And so Jordan brand got in contact with us. They told us what the requirements were. They talked to Mr. Tyson to see, you know, qualify him, see what his skill set was. They were happy with what they saw, right? The referral obviously didn't hurt. And so, you know, the rest is history. Here we are working with them, providing them with this beautiful car, you know, to match these beautiful shoes. And we're excited about seeing the results of that project. This is different. This is pretty unique. Me personally, I've never seen any rollout, and I know a lot of sneakerheads out there. It's a big thing right now, and I've never seen a rollout where there's a sneaker that's coming out that's new, like this Jordan Luka 3, right, to match a vehicle. And I think what's cool about this industry, what it's going to do is bring a lot of awareness to what we do. This is not a mainstream service that a lot of people actually know about. As a matter of fact, some people are probably seeing this for the first time and didn't know that this could actually be done in terms of customizing your wrap and installing it on your vehicle. So this is cool for us because obviously people know Jordan, obviously people know Luka, but what people may not be familiar with is the ability to customize your car like this. So we're hoping, and I'm hoping, that this will bring a lot of awareness and a lot of excitement to the car wrap industry via Jekyll and Hyde. Well, you know what? Dallas is very unique. I'm originally from South Carolina. I've lived in Phoenix, Arizona. Dallas is my third stay. And what's special about Dallas is the people, right? The people really get behind their sports teams. As you guys know, Dallas Cowboys. Who doesn't know the Dallas Cowboys? And the Dallas Mavericks, right? So with that being said, people really get behind their professional sports. And you can see it here. So this is really unique. It's something different. And I love it. The energy, the synergy, right? The interest that people have, the excitement around, you know, guys like Luka, the Dallas Mavs, you know, the sneakers, the cars, the wraps. It's just a beautiful energy, man. And I'm just excited that here at Jekyll and Hyde, we could be part of bringing all of that together. The guys are excited. The team is excited. You know, it's just a wonderful thing, man. It's a wonderful thing. So what we hope is that this project will bring a lot of awareness to who we are and what we do. And hopefully that'll turn into a lot more projects like this. We love people. We love working with people. And we invite anyone who is interested in custom design, getting their car, you know, the look and feel redone, that we'll just meet more people. The biggest part about what we do is just the people. We love meeting new people and having new experiences. And this is definitely a new one, right? It's different, as we talked about before. So we want more of that, more projects like this that bring awareness to our industry. It's just gonna, you know, it's just gonna count for more things to participate in. And we're looking for that growth. Obviously, everybody likes to grow. Everybody wants to grow. and we're in growth mode, and we just want this to continue to help us get to where we want to be. Well, startup businesses are really difficult, right? And, just to tell you a little bit of a story, we were close to not making it, right? I mean, we were on the fritz, right? Just being a new startup business, like I said, starting during the COVID month, the actual month that COVID was announced. Unfortunately, we, as bad as that was, we had already planned. We had a lot of investment going, so we had already planned to open during those times. So we couldn't stop. We had to keep going, right? And so with that being said, seeing that and coming through that, right, it just gives you more, it just makes you stronger. It doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. And so we're still here, right? And we're still banging it out, and we've grown, and we've gotten through the hard times. That's not to say there won't be more hard times, but what we're looking forward is continuing to move forward, expansion, right? Diversifying in our product mix, diversifying in the people we actually work with, like Luka and the Jordan brand. And that's what we're looking to do, man. Just continue to expand, continue to meet more people and support the initiatives, a lot of community initiatives that we're actually a part of. We're just excited about the opportunities. It's crazy. It's just the wherewithal to attack the problem, right? And so we run into problems every day, all the time, right? You can't be in this industry without expecting to have some pretty significant problems. Cars are people's babies, and it's their lifeline, right? And so with that being said, there's a lot of expectation in what we do. And so we take pride in delivering upon that expectation, right? We're gonna have problems, but we attack them head on, right? And that's what we are proud of, and that's what we're gonna continue to do. And this place, Dallas, it's one of the best places to do it, man. The people are wonderful. There's a lot of hospitality here, and there's no better place in terms of energy and synergy of what we do and who we work with and who we team with to do it than right here in Dallas, Texas. All right, so what we have here is Luka's 68-69 Camaro. Originally, this vehicle was a gloss blue. As you guys can see, we've wrapped it fully custom design from front to back. The beautiful thing is it matches this sneaker, and this is the sneaker. This is the Jordan Luka 3 that's going to be presented along with this vehicle. And as you guys can see, it's multifaceted, it's multicolored. It's got some purple in it. It's got some high resolution design, again, done by Mr. Tyson to make it fit this actual vehicle. That was a bit of a challenge, but he's very good at what he does. As you guys can see, we got the Jordan brand right here on the side, right? Also on the front of the hood to give it that brand awareness. If you come around to the side right here, you can also see Luka's number is 77. So 77 is on the side of the vehicle right here, right? Also, you can see the matching color. You can see the resemblance of the shoe. So this is what's going to be really, really cool. Again, I haven't seen a shoe and a car design anywhere. And it came out really, really nice. Custom design, Jekyll and Hyde, front to back. The guys did a wonderful job of bringing this to life, right, and matching this to the shoe. And we're going to be revealing this here really, really soon. And Mr. Tyson is going to be telling you guys more about how he actually brought this to life. So I think it's nice. What do you guys think?